Hello, my fellow geeks, and today we're bringing you a new topic to discuss. Um, for a while, I want to do movie reviews and something with movies because I go to see a lot of movies. I've got a movie pass, so it's one of those things I benefit from. But I didn't think I was articulate enough to really present a proper review for a movie and give it justice. And just thinking about movies, I saw A Quiet Place the other day. Now, you should have already seen the jump title and stuff like that, that there's spoilers in this. So that's where this is headed. And I started doing some deep thought on that movie. Now, if you've seen it, you know what the idea of the movie is. It was basically there's these creatures that have taken over and they're impossible to kill apparently after the first encounters with them, and they're attracted to sound. Now have their theories that they are blind and their bodies are armored. So that's the premise of the movie, and this family is trying to survive. So I want to go more focused on these creatures. Now here's where I started going real deep and creating plot holes with this. So supposedly these creatures are blind. So then the question is, how do they navigate? They live in the forest or on this farm. They've gone through basements and houses and on top of vehicles when there's noise. So how do they know how to get around without bumping into walls and stuff like that and hitting their heads and just being a jumbly mess? Now, one thought I had is maybe they use some kind of echolocation, because in the parts of the movies where you get to see real close, they are doing some kind of clicking noise and they're making sounds and clicks and things like that. I'm like, okay, so maybe that's how they do it. It's already a creature that their attacks are based off things they hear. They hear something, they are attacking it. So how come if they're using echolocation, which pretty much they'll make their sounds and it'll bounce off of things, there were times where the main characters of this movie were moving around. So how come they didn't attack them when they could see their movement with their echolocation? There you go, ripping apart the movie again. And then I thought, well, whatever, who cares about that? So they don't see them when they're moving. Maybe it's not echolocation. Maybe it's some other way to sense their surroundings and not bump into trees and walls and things like that. They can swim too, apparently, which, I don't know how they're supposed to navigate underwater that way. Again, they could use the echolocation. And then there was a part where the female lead is standing in some pretty, like, maybe thigh-high water, a little above the knees, and one of them goes underwater and she's moving slowly towards the baby that she just had. And if this creature has some kind of echolocation, how come he didn't see that and just go right after her? I don't know, but it's just more the deep thought I had about the movie and kind of tearing plot holes into the whole premise of these creatures. And then from there, I moved past the whole echolocation. Okay, like, these things have incredible hearing. There's parts where their heads basically open up and you can see it appears like it's a giant eardrum or something. And their hearing is so sensitive that when the daughter in the movie has she has an ocular implant. Her dad's trying to get one that works for her because he sensed the fall of mankind. Hers, I guess, didn't work. So he's trying to do what he can to get it to work, and when she turns it on, when these creatures get close, it causes a high-pitched sound that hurts her, but it also hurts the creature. So I'm like, they have to have super hearing. And so why aren't these creatures hearing the people around them breathing or their heart beating? I mean, I've looked back at when I watched the show Daredevil or read the comics. His sense of sound and hearing and his other senses are so heightened, he can hear people's heartbeats. He can tell if they're lying. So how come these creatures couldn't hear the heartbeats of the people around them? How come they didn't just detect that heartbeat get closer and closer as it got louder and louder and just maul the hell out of them? I don't know. But that was just how I went into this thought process the other day. Just driving home from work, I'm just thinking about these things. So, and I have basically created giant plot holes for myself and ruined things about this movie. Now, I thought the movie was phenomenal. I thought it was very well done. The cast did a good job. You know, half the movie there's no dialogue because that's the whole point of this movie. It's you have to be quiet or you die. So take what I've said about the movie and my shredding it apart with a grain of salt, because it's just my own thought process about that. And I think about these kind of things with other movies, so I think this could become a regular series on the channel. My talk process, thoughts on movies and what ifs and this and that's. So I hope you enjoyed hearing me ramble on about the movie. If you've seen the movie, let me know your thoughts on it. Comment, share, subscribe, thumbs up, the whole stuff. I'm trying, I've got 15 subscribers now, and I'm really proud of that. And I'd like to hear more from the people watching these videos, and, some input and things like that. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.